How's it going, everyone? I've got more figures landed on my doorstep, and I thought let's just do a parcel opening to see what figures are inside. I have a feeling I know what figures these are because there are a couple of figures that I actually forgot released, and they were just kind of waiting for payment to be paid. And yeah, so I think these just kind of landed right now, straight from Japan and China from one of them, or Hong Kong from one of them. So this first one I think is from Hong Kong. I think I know what this one is. This should probably be the Maestro Union, the Tiger Warrior thing. I haven't collected their figures before, but that tiger looked sick, so I wanted to get it. It's a pretty heavy figure if it's the right one. Blade Master ring sounds like it's going to be the right thing. This was actually packed in some sort of like FedEx plastic bag first. I just took that off already because it had my shipping label on it. I really don't like when they kind of repurpose boxes to fit something else rather than getting a purpose fit box, just because in case, you know, if the figure gets damaged. And actually, if I kind of wobble this, you can hear there's some looseness going inside, but that might be just down to factory packaging. So let's just get this open. I've got my knife here, a good old Stanley knife that I just use to just, yeah, tear open packages. But yeah, I've kind of been delaying picking up some figures, not because I just don't want them, or it's just more because I think over the pandemic some figures got delayed and shipping got delayed, and I just kind of forgot that I had to pay the shipping on them, especially from stuff like CD Japan, which is the second box down there. I completely forgot that. Yeah, I think it was like some Mafex stuff, so that's what I'm assuming those are. Here's the figure in a wrap. Let me just chuck the box to the side. But yeah, because I frequently pick up figures and, you know, other games and stuff, I thought, you know what, let's just start doing a bit like what, you know, your average consumer does, but not as cool. He's not average either. But yes, this is the Maestro Union Tiger, and wow, this is a phenomenal looking figure. Holy moly, jeebus! This dude's sculpt is insane, and I have to say, by the way, this is a very heavy figure. It doesn't look like, I mean, it depends. It might look like it to you, but this is a very heavy, gorgeous looking sculpt. Oh my god. The promo shots on this guy were awesome, which is why I wanted to get it, because the idea, the character design of this warrior tiger just looked absolutely right up my alley. And thanks to a friend of mine at work that pointed out this figure, and he said I might like it, and he was right. I flipping loved that concept, so I thought, yes, I'm picking up this figure. This guy looks amazing. So this is Weng the Blade Master. This is one of the concept art for this guy. So he does come with his little hat with the cut inside there. He's got alternate head sculpt. You can kind of see there with the ponytail up. The other head sculpt, I guess this one is to wear the hat. He's one of these things with these figures. So this is the first Maestro Union figure I've got. But what you can do is usually you can kind of customize them quite a bit in terms of swapping out the parts and option parts. So you get a pretty different look from A to B. I think, for example, there was a crocodile figure or a shark. The shark, I think, is coming out, but the crocodile has like a cut tail versus a short tail and a shotgun and a shirt applied and so on and so forth. So this guy, you can take off a bunch of different things. Yeah, let's just actually kind of go around the packaging. I'll do a separate video, of course, for these. So we'll get a better look at the package later, but you can see a preview of another the artwork and a sword. And this is what I mean. This was the promo shots that they had out. So yeah, you can take off his cape and then apply the top knot head sculpt, which looks damn good. The details on this guy are amazing. I have to be honest though, like when it comes to the articulation, this artwork is so sick. If you can see that on the side there, I think the tiger stripes or the claw stripes shouldn't really be there in that. They've kind of overlapped the really cool artwork. So I'd rather get rid of the claw marks. I think I know what they're going for there, but unnecessary in my opinion. An unnecessary addition. But yo, I can't get over this figure. This looks amazing. This guy comes with a lot, by the way. Like the box actually doesn't cover a lot. So let me just try and explain again. I'll put a picture up later on as well in the video, but you can see back there, I think that's like his weapon or accessory case as well. And then there's something else back down there as well. There's something loose here. What's loose? I see. Okay, there we go. So, God, his leg is loose. If you can see that there. His foot came loose. So I'm hoping that's not damaged. I'm just going to have a look off camera here. If it's on a joint, that's not a bad thing. It should be okay. Okay. I know. I understand. I understand what it is. Actually, I believe he has two different types of feet. So he probably has a boot that is covered and then you can also use the tiger feet. So if you can kind of look there, he's got his tiger feet already attached, if you can see. So maybe that's what it is. I didn't even know that. Maybe that's the case. I'm gonna have to double check, but hopefully nothing's wrong with it. I will check again once I've got this bad boy open. But by golly, this figure is supremely sculpted. Before I got distracted by that, the thing I said I was going to be honest about is the articulation. I'm not a huge fan of this type of articulation. You can see a preview of the elbow joint there. It's very common for, I think, Marvel Legends and slightly cheaper toys, which not necessarily a bad thing. This guy is not cheap by any means, but I don't know. I just think the way S.H.Figuarts and stuff do this, that's what I really like to see. But that is a, oh god, let me just bring it out again. This guy is a fantastic looking figure. Oh my god, this, I can't get enough of it. I'm really excited to open this, but it's going to be a while. Unfortunately, I've just got so many figures. Definitely I'm going to do Spider-Man first before I get towards the Fury Planet Maestro Union. But let's get on to the next box. I think that's going to be a couple of Mafex figures, but let's get on to that one. So the next box is from CD Japan. My shipping label is on there, so I kind of cut it open ahead of time. So we've got the receipt here, which we'll get rid of. CD Japan, I have to honestly say, pack their stuff really nicely. It is one of my favorite retailers. I have been using them for well over 10 years. I use them infrequently now because of customs charges and things like, well, custom charges is the only reason I don't use them. Their prices are retail prices, which is not bad at all, but their shipping is great. It's speedy. Their customer service is excellent. But like I said, the big kicker for me is the customs charge. And if I can get something cheaper and still get it relatively quick, I will use somewhere else. So unfortunately, CD Japan, I would love to use them more. It would ordinarily be my go-to, for sure, my go-to place. But the customs charge, like I said, if you're in the UK, customs is such a ball ache. So yeah, I was correct. These are the Mafex Magneto and Storm. I completely forgot these guys were out. It just dawned on me last week that I hadn't paid for shipping. So here we have the shipping, and they've arrived pretty quick. I did do FedEx for these, so they arrived pretty quick. It was like 3,000 yen shipping, so it's kind of expensive. This is Mafex Magneto in his regular kind of look instead of the Age of Apocalypse one, which already has come out, and I've covered that on my channel already. That was a very great looking figure. I really loved that Magneto. I'm not super attached to Magneto, by the way, but it was a fantastic figure. Mafex Marvel figures have been doing, oh, they are so good. Plus the DC figures, excellent stuff as well. And I really personally like the comic book stuff over the MCU or DCU stuff. So this is right up my alley once again. So really good. So again, the difference between Age of Apocalypse, he's got the shorter hair. It doesn't have the ponytails or the pigtails and the blacked out. Oh, he does have the blacked out face, but it's mostly the shorter hair that he's got here. He's got this accessory part, which I don't recall the Age of Apocalypse one having. Plus, I think the color of the cape, maybe I'm misremembering, but I forgot. He has a slightly different colored cape as well. So, but it is Magneto. This is the more classic look. So if you want classic Magneto, this is the one you want to go for. Plus, he's got even more additional option effect parts, which, yeah, the other guy didn't have. That's pretty cool. I have no idea how soon I'll get to opening Magneto, to be quite honest. It's not a priority for me to open that one. It is a very cool looking figure, but by gosh, I still haven't finished Final Fantasy 16, by the way. And many other games. So that plus unboxing a bunch of figures. Next, we've got the Mafex Storm. Ooh, she looks great. She looks excellent. She looks really, really good. I love her skin tone. It's not whitewashed or anything like that. This is excellent. I love her hair as well. This is great. Let me try and focus that in. Of course, it's in the box, so there's going to be quite a bit of reflection and glare potentially going on. But as I said, I will eventually get around to opening this. I love her outfit too. I don't know if it's got pearlescent white to it, but it looks really crisp, really clean. I really love it. She's got fabric on the wings. Let's call them the wings. That's great to see. Nice design. She's got her high boots, which is great as well. I don't think they articulate. It doesn't look like it. It's probably just the high boots. The color looks a little bit off there, actually. Maybe it's not bad. It's definitely not a bad thing. I need to get it open to have a better look. But for sure, I really like Storm's head sculpt and the skin tone. That's great. I think the skin tone is definitely darker than what's here, which I don't mind at all. I really like that. I think it's very respectful to the ethnicity of her and her race. So that's really great to see. I'm actually really excited to open this one. Storm is a cool character. I'm mostly more familiar with her from the cartoon series and the occasional kind of crossover that she's been in with Spider-Man, I guess. But otherwise, I can't say she's my favorite hero. But yeah, and of course, by the way, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, since she's like top tier in that pretty much. But really good looking figure over here. So let's bring out Magneto again. So 2 X-Men figures. I think these came out either a month apart or pretty much the same month. But they are looking great. So comic book fans, if you've been longing for solid action figures that maybe Marvel Legends isn't covering and you don't mind ponying up a little bit extra cash, then Mafex is definitely the one to go for currently. If you want something a little bit more creative and a little bit, not edgier is the word, but a bit more liberties taken in the direction, then Revoltech is another option. But yeah, for me personally, as I said before, and I've said a few times in other videos, I'm a huge fan of action figures when they really respect and go the comic book direction, and take licenses more in that direction rather than going the movie way. I think there's a place for both, but my heart will always lie in the way a comic counterpart looks rather than the movies. So actually, I've been kind of contemplating selling off a lot of my movie-based, say, Spider-Man figures and stuff. This is just from a week ago, but with so much figures in my collection and other things, I think I've got to make some cuts here and there. So I really, really enjoy the comic stuff far, far more than any of the movie stuff. That's just me personally. It's just something I've grown up with comics, video games, and the cartoons. Whereas a lot of people now would have been more attached to the movies. And that's okay if that's their preference, but it's not mine. I love that panel artwork, by the way. That's super iconic. It's probably one of the most iconic artworks of Magneto, I think. I remember a guy in school back when I was in like year 7 would he drew this as one of his like design tech projects thing. I think this one's Jim Lee, right? They might both be Jim Lee. I can't remember if the Magneto one, but that one definitely looks like a Jim Lee 90s one, because I think Jim Lee was doing a lot of X-Men stuff back then. So that's all I've got for today, but some sick figures, you've got to say. You got to admit, some sick figures. Maybe the comic stuff isn't for you, but this Maestro Union Fury Planet Weng the Blade Master Tiger is absolutely gorgeous looking. And as I said, it is a heavy box. This guy, I wasn't 100% sure it was this guy because of the weight of the package, but I can see now why. So he might actually be quite top heavy. Well, we'll have to open him and find out. That's all I've got today. So Fury Planet by Maestro Union the Tiger. We've got Mafex Storm, and then we've got Mafex Magneto. I'm also waiting on Mafex, I think X Factor Cyclops and Wolverine. They came out, well, I can't remember when they came out, but I'm waiting for those guys. Not a priority for me, so I'm not too fussed when they arrive, but yeah, these guys are pretty sick. Actually, before I end this video, there is one last figure that a friend managed to pick up for me at San Diego Comic-Con. Same friend that recommended this one and pointed this guy out to me. So I'm very grateful that he managed to grab this one for me. It actually was a mistake, but I'm still grateful nonetheless. So here we have the S.H.Figuarts Majin Vegeta exclusive edition in its shipper box. I'm going to take it out actually because I do intend to open this guy. Now this was actually meant to be the Ghost Goku with Gohan, but the guy, whoever was manning the stand at the time when my friend managed to pick this up, he handed him the wrong product, so it ended up being this Majin Vegeta instead of the Ghost Goku, which is a real shame because I really want that Ghost Goku way more. At the same time, I'm much more of a Vegeta fan than I am Goku, but nonetheless I'm super grateful anyway because I did intend to pick this up at some point. So this is Majin Vegeta, the exclusive edition for San Diego Comic-Con. He's different from the regular edition that came out, which I do also have, which I haven't unboxed yet. I'm so sorry. So this guy is slightly different. Basically, he's just got new accessories, including the effect part back there. So that's why this box is much more hench compared to the original box. And he's got different upgraded paint. So he's got different bodysuit paint. And the main thing, the other main thing, well, multiple main things, is the hair is very different. Instead of the kind of plain yellow Super Saiyan hair, he's got this pearlescent yellow on there now as well. So all of them have the pearlescent yellow, which some might be familiar with more third-party head sculpts. I tend not to dabble in third-party stuff. I try to keep it official. But yeah, you can see it's got the pearlescent, but I don't know if that's pearlescent or it's slightly even translucent. The pictures might be deceiving me there. But this is Majin Vegeta exclusive edition from San Diego Comic-Con. Once again, thanks to my friend for picking this up all the way from Comic-Con and coming back all the way to London. And then yeah, of course I paid him for it. I didn't get it for free, but I'm very, very grateful that he was kind enough to bring this over in his luggage. Yeah, it's the second time he's done me a favor from Comic-Con, and I don't think I can repay that just as easily. But yeah, I'm super grateful. I will try and get the Ghost Goku. Probably gonna have to get that off eBay, sadly. But yeah, I'm glad that I've got Vegeta as well, because it ticks him off of my list. Thanks again. That's all I've got for today. Let's see what other action figures come soon. I've got a sick one on the way, by the way. I will just say that I've got a really, really dope toy figure thing on its way that I'm super excited for, but I don't know if I can do an unboxing for it because it's kind of special. Let's see. It's out. It's been out for a while, but I'll reveal it if I feel like revealing it. But that one I'm really looking forward to as well. Like I said before I end this video, I'm not sure when I'll get around to opening these guys. Out of these three, this guy is definitely the priority to open, and hopefully I'll get to open him very, very soon. My priority is to try and unbox the Across the Spider-Verse S.H.Figuarts Spider-Man first. Then I'll jump onto some Naruto S.H.Figuarts, and then hopefully maybe the Heat Boys Leonardo potentially, and then eventually maybe the Fury Planet Tiger. Let's see. Let me know what figures you guys picked up or are looking forward to picking up this year, remainder this year, or even into next year. Pre-orders for next year's stuff are live as well these days. So let me know what you're looking to pick up, or if you've already picked up that tiger from Maestro Union. That's a sick thing. They've got other figures coming out, by the way, including the 2 sharks, I believe it is. So that looks great. And a kind of master looking bunny, which looks super sick as well. So I'm going to pre-order that bunny as well. In the meantime, I will see you in the next video. Take care now.